So, thank you everyone who's joining this evening, who's watching this on YouTube. My name is Ian. I am the creator, purveyor, host of LeftStickRight. So the purpose of me doing this streaming at all is to raise money for Extra Life. Look at that zero. Ugh. So, to give a little bit of background on who I am an IT professional, meaning I have a generic title. I don't specialize in anything, but I've worked in technology for a long time. I used to review games for LeftStickRight.com, and I used to do podcasts for LeftStickRight.com, and I've made card games with my friend Ian. We have a company called Protect from Evil, and last kind of year or so, I've been taking a little break from pretty much every creative endeavor that I'd ever endeavored in because my daughter was diagnosed with juvenile arthritis, so on her birthday last year. So it's been an adventure. For those that don't know, juvenile arthritis is not dissimilar to regular arthritis, is not an immune disease. Juvenile meaning it's impacting children less than 18. So my daughter woke up one morning and couldn't walk. She didn't understand why. We didn't understand why. I took her to a doctor, and the doctor ended up sending us to Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto. We spent the better part of 26 hours in the emergency room there, which is not a situation that I would like to relive until we got a diagnosis. So my daughter has been a patient of the rheumatology department at the Sick Kids Hospital ever since. It's been a long journey, and it's something that my wife and I have been dealing with for quite a long time now. It's been over a year. My daughter's treatment is still ongoing. She's currently on chemotherapy as well as biologics, an anti-TNF agent. So I have a lot of experience with needles and delivering them to small children, which I can tell you is not a pleasant experience. But what it has done for this year, now that we're kind of finding to a point where my daughter is feeling more herself, she's able to do things other kids her age can do, and it's giving us a little bit more freedom and time to do things. So one of the things I wanted to do was to donate some of my time, at least once weekly, to stream on Twitch and raise money for Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto through Extra Life Toronto. And I would like to also encourage you, if you're not going to be donating, to also sign up for Extra Life for Toronto. So Extra Life is an organization as part of the Children's Miracle Network. So they raise monies for a variety of different hospitals. You can pick your local hospital, and mine is obviously in Toronto, Ontario, and Canada. And the idea is that you want to raise as much money, obviously, as possible to do this, and try and recruit others to do the same. So my streaming here, there's no way to donate to me directly if you're actually enjoying the stuff we're doing. The only way you can give me any sign or appreciation is to donate to Extra Life. And the idea for this year, the whole year, I'd like to raise $500 towards Extra Life. That's my goal. That's what I'd like to do. Specifically, like to, make sure that I go to the rheumatology department, where I go every month pretty much, to talk anyway, and show them that we're trying to make a difference within the community as well, and that'd be super awesome. So that's my little preamble as to why I'm doing this. I wanted to first of all thank everyone who's tuned in over the last month. It started kind of at the end of 2016. We're doing a lot of streaming leading up to game day, which is like this big 24-hour marathon thing they do at the end of the year for Extra Life, and so a lot of folks doing that. So I didn't because 24 hours is a long time for me to do anything. I intend to this year. We'll see, but the idea is I want to spend as much time as possible spreading awareness about the cause, but I also want to make some fun content. So I'm taking more time to play games. Overwatch is obviously the main one that I play on a more regular basis, so you'll see me usually playing that if you're catching on the stream. But every Wednesday, I'm trying to focus on a new game each month. That's the plan. So this month was all about shooting Nazis. And we're still not done. When you're watching this video, it will be Wednesday afternoon-ish, and we'll be starting the stream. We'll be going for probably the final, I checked out this, like the final episode of Sniper Elite 3. We're on the second to last. So by the time we're done, we should be done. I'm not going to end the stream until we're finished Sniper Elite 3 on Wednesday. So the VODs will go up on YouTube. You'll probably see the VOD for the episode 7 on Friday, and then episode 8 will be on Monday. And that'll be the final episode for Sniper Elite 3, which will lead us into April. So for April, I haven't had any particular focus ideas. So what I really like to do is continue Doom. So we did one at the Let's Start, so the LeftStickRight starts Doom, and it was really fun. I really like Doom, but I wanted to really focus on the Sniper Elite for the month of March. So April, I will probably jump face first into Doom and do as much of that as I can. So I don't know how long that game is. I don't know if it's like short enough that we can finish it in a couple weeks, or if it's going to be long enough that it's going to take us the entire month. If it goes into a couple weeks, then I'm probably going to pick up a new thing to play. I have a few games on my kind of backlog, but I'm not sure how keen everyone is on streaming them. Overwatch is going to keep coming intermittently. It won't be Wednesdays. It will be any other day that I can stream. I'll do Overwatch. I'm going to be doing competitive, mostly trying to get myself ranked up in Season 4. That's the goal. I'd like to get to Platinum. We'll see if that happens. So far, not too bad. I think we're at 2300-ish SR, which means that we'll be, if we actually do well and continue to be Mercy and continue to do good things, then maybe we'll get 2500, and maybe I'll get Platinum, and maybe people won't judge me as harshly with my gold. Most of the people I know that are playing on a more regular basis are Platinum or Diamond, and they look at me, and I can see the disgust in their eyes, the hate. I can't be judged like this. So that is my intention for the month of April. I'll be playing more Overwatch, trying to go to Platinum in Season 4, and I will also be playing a lot of Sniper Elite, finishing off Sniper Elite in March, and then going to play Doom. You'll be doomed. It would be nice for the month of April if anyone is watching this presently. I don't have a viewer count, so I have no idea who's actually looking at this. I'm just looking. It's killing my CPU. My CPU is like struggling right now because of this. If anyone who's watching, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like and subscribe, please. Yeah, no, the only reason I ask for a subscription on the YouTube specifically side is because a lot of stuff that you can do is limited by subscriber count. So you like can't have custom URLs, which makes me absolutely mad. But you can go to yt.leftstickright.com and it will direct you to the YouTube channel. So you can do that. I'm going to post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to really try to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday with a new video. But and it's always going to be VOD, so it's something we've done in Twitch, and it will migrate over into the YouTube side, and that will be the intention. I don't know if I'm going to be doing YouTube-only things. There are some things that ended up on the LeftStickRight channel that were YouTube-only. I think I did some Hitman stuff, but that ended up getting removed, so maybe I'll go back and redo some old stuff. I did some No Man's Sky live on YouTube at some point, but those videos were really bad. I don't have any microphone, and it wasn't super exciting to watch me like struggle to find what the heck I was supposed to be doing in that game. So, maybe I'm gonna go back to No Man's Sky like next year or something when the game's got more heft to it. Right now, it doesn't have enough heft. There are a few other games on my list that I might try and pick up. I really, on my backlog of games that I would like to play from last year, Super Hot is one of the big ones. I didn't buy it, and I really want to, and I would love to play it. So I'd like to try and get that going. But the other thing is, on the weekends, if I can, I'm going to try and make this a more regular thing, so don't hold me to this yet, but I'd like to do more Saturday night trivia fight, or Monday night trivia fight, or some night trivia fight with Jackbox Party Pack. I love trivia games. I am very, very, very barred from playing trivia games with most of my friends because I cheat, aka I win because the brain's full of terrible, awful, unnecessary information that just kind of gets plucked at the exact right time. I don't know how I know half the things. It just happens. This is how the brain works. So I really, really like Trivia Murder Party. We had a really, really fun playthrough of that earlier this year. The challenge I have with PC stuff, so I primarily do console stuff, and the challenge I have with PC stuff is that I am broadcasting from a Surface, and I love my Surface. I love my Surface Pro. It is very dear to me. It is a good machine. However, it is also not very good at playing games and struggles mightily. Right now, just broadcasting this is docking at 100% of the CPU and 70% of the memory. 100% to get 30 frames per second, 720p webcam out. It struggles mightily to do what it does. I mean, it's not dropped any frames. It's looking good. The audio synchronization may be completely out of the way, and I won't know until the end of this, and then I'll realize that I was talking, and then you were hearing me like 30 seconds later, so I'm just going, and then the thing happened. And that would be terrible, and I would probably be very upset with my computer at that point. I intend to, within the next calendar year, to buy a new PC with the intention of streaming more often. Something that has a non-low voltage Core i7. So the fun thing about this little machine here is it has a Core i7. It's a low voltage CPU, which means it doesn't have the same necessary power because streaming software takes up CPU and games take up GPU. So this thing has no dedicated GPU, so it's absolutely rubbish at playing games, but the CPU and GPU can't do both. I tried to do Jackbox on the Surface and stream, and it just exploded. So I do actually have another computer in the room with me that I can use to stream, and then actually I have a little capture card which will go into the Surface, and that works fine. So the capture video you'll see from Overwatch and stuff, that looks actually pretty good. I think the audio on that's really good. We got podcasting equipment set up. I have a little mixer down in my my basement where I do my streaming from, and that works pretty well. The content for Sniper Elite 3 isn't as good, in my view, and the reason is because it's being streamed directly from the PS4 through the Twitch app, and it's not great. I'd rather go through the Surface and have local recording, and then I can port it over to YouTube with direct. But the problem is that the Elgato, which I use, doesn't take the PS4 can only out. I'm talking rubbish now. I'm just going to keep talking, and you can understand the challenges that we face on a daily basis. But the PS4 can only output audio to either the TV or the headset. So when I output through the TV, I can't hear it because I have the TV on mute so that I don't get a lot of echo through the microphone that I'm using to talk to you. But then the headphones that I have the actual audio coming out, I can hear everything, but great, now the capture card doesn't get it because it's not going through the TV. But the Xbox does both, which is great, except it doesn't do the chat, which is why you haven't been able to hear anyone I've been talking with. There is a way to fix that. There are some cables you can buy to fix that. I intend on doing that. It's just a bit of a mess. The situation I have set up down there already is kind of a mess. So, a few things to get done in April. I will expect that I will be capturing locally PS4 stuff, and you'll be able to hear the audio. So the stuff that comes over to YouTube should be a bit more crisp. And I apologize if anyone's been like, oh, why is the video quality on this so much better than this? It's because local recordings for Overwatch, not local recordings for Sniper Elite. So anything on Xbox, local recording, anything not, blah, blah. So we'll see more of that. That'll be done in this month. New streaming PC won't be. So I will be using the other PC through the capture card into the Surface to play Jackbox when I can. I'm really trying to do a weekend thing. I'm having a question asked through chat now. Am I a socialist? Do I have the appearance of a socialist? Is this a socialist space? Do I look like somebody who would inflict socialism upon you and your people? The answer is probably, but just want to make sure if the visage is giving that away, or did I leave my Communist Manifesto plastered on the wall? Songbook 2 is a very famous Marxist paper, so I understand that people may see that. Yeah, see, Songbook 2, it's a very famous Communist Manifesto. Seize the means of production. So I am rambling on, which I guess is the point of this whole Twitch IRL thing. But I wanted to say to everyone who's tuned in, who's been on the chat, who's been part of this, this has been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying doing the Twitch stuff. I'm really appreciative everyone who's joining me. I don't have a lot of followers, so I appreciate people just kind of stumbling on and saying, hey, who is this weirdo? It's me. This is me. I don't stream with the camera, mostly because I'm sitting there like covered and because my basement's freezing and lurched over, usually shoving candy in my face, and I look an absolute mess, more so than now. So you don't really want to have that. That, and also I feel like there's a little bit of pantomime that has to go into some of that, and I don't. What you'll end up with is game, and then a little corner thing of me with my mouth open, like while I'm trying to focus on not dying as Mercy. That, and you'll also be able to see all the horrible things I mouth when I'm trying not to swear. If you are off-put by the fact that I say things like, oh boy, and oh poo, and things like that, I have a 3-year-old. I naturally stop swearing, and it drives my family and everyone crazy, because I just like, oh poops, oh fiddlesticks. I say that at the office too, and people laugh at me, and rightfully so. So I hope you actually enjoy that on the streams. I do read chat. I read as much as I can, and I do read every comment that I get on YouTube, which, you know, it's a bad thing. So I encourage people to reach out and to interact. It's a lot of fun for me, and I'm really enjoying this, and I'm going to continue to try and do it as much as I can. And I want to get suggestions, what you think I should be doing, what would interest you. I know there's lots of hot games and stuff that people want to see, like Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm never going to be on the cutting edge of that, so I'm always going to be a little bit behind, so I'm going to try and catch up. Question through chat. Am I a programmer? Yes. By trade, I am a programmer. I do much less of it now. I'm more of a middle management kind of person, which means that I am literally the worst kind of human being that exists. But yes, if you go to LeftStickRight.com, the website, that was all made by me. So I do the graphic design work, all the logo stuff and things you see, that's all done by me. But I am a Java programmer. That's how I started my career. That's what I do. And I pick that up every once in a while to do fun things. I like programming. It's still fun. I learned C# last year. It's not much different from Java, so it didn't take very long. Just for funsies and to do some website design stuff. But yeah, generally that's my area is programming, my IT stuff. And some question, and Ian, my friend Ian, who's in chat, is harassing. He's asking if I'm a robot. It's entirely possible. It's going to be like one of those things in, I'll be like a replicant, but wouldn't know I was a replicant, which would be amazing. So, you know, I've never had a broken bone or anything. So what if like the first time I like break my arm, it's actually just metal, and I have this existential crisis, and then like realize like, oh man, that's awesome. It's like my arm is falling off. So let's see if it happens live on stream. That would be pretty cool. The realization of me finding out that I am a robot and everyone else having to deal with that, which would just be so. The answer is I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. I haven't verified. So my beard does look replicated. It's entirely that. Yeah, that this is called not wanting to shave, and no one telling me to do it because people think that I want to do this. Or, oh, he's trying. Bless him. Bless him. He's trying to beard. Another question through chat. Am I Canadian? Yes, I am Canadian. I'm wearing formal Canadian wear, which is plaid. It's not red, because I'm not going out to cut any trees today. But yes, I am a Canuck in the Toronto area, which is why. Extra life, T-O, Toronto. So lived in Canada my whole life, lived in Toronto for most of it. But so other things that are going to be happening over the next little while. So I talked about the audio changes, so you'll see some more direct streaming through the PS4, which I'm hoping to do this month. Talked about Superhot, talked about Doom. Going to be doing more Jackbox Party Pack. There's a cool game coming out this month called Use Your Words, which is developed. One of the developers is from Toronto. You may see some streams for it. Really go check it out. It's a cool party game. It's like Jackbox. It's not a trivia game. It's mostly about it's like blankety blank, that kind of, this person says that they should blank, and then everyone has to come up with an answer, and you vote for the best answer. But it also has a thing where the house makes an answer, the game makes an answer, and if you vote for that, you lose. So you're kind of playing against the game as well. I like those kind of games. I find they work better when you actually have a crowd that you know, so it's going to be harder to kind of arrange, but I'm going to try and get Use Your Words going. I think that would be a fun time. So if I can start doing a regular thing and have people joining me for like a Saturday evening for chat or for some Jackbox, maybe we can switch to Use Your Words and do some silly stuff. I do have a Discord channel. I'm going to just type it out into the chat now. Discord. So you can join the quietest chat on the internet if you want to join my Discord. I'm going to try and keep that up to date. I'll be on there to answer any questions and to arrange stuff for upcoming chats. And if we start getting people in there and there's a regular crowd, and we can arrange like times to do Jackbox Party Pack and things like that. So it'll be more fun. Question coming through chat. Can you get me a job programming? I can't get anyone any jobs. I can get interviews. That I can do in Toronto with a specific company. That I can do. If you want my advice on that, I can absolutely provide my advice, which is anything you're writing down with regards to work. Just if you're writing down a skill, try and have the experience that backs it up. So if you're like, I am a Java programmer, I took Java in school. Well, if you have no working experience, write some of the modules that you did with Java and that you can talk to. So if you did a database project, talk about building the database component and what interacts with the database. Did you do web services? Did you do front end stuff? Put those examples on there. If you have career experience that backs up those skills, put in exactly what you did that relates back to that. People generally skim resumes really quick, and they're going to want to look, I need this particular skill, and they're going to want to look at, okay, what have you done? Oh, that sounds like what I'm looking for. Cool. Let me reach out further to that person. So a career advice thing. sure, that's the best thing I can give you from a resume standpoint. If you can catch the recruiter's attention, if you meet, you don't need to meet all the requirements of a job, especially in programming. It's mostly just having the skills that are in the area and having the experience to back it up, whether that's in school or whether that's through like co-ops or interns or just stuff that you've done on your own, even programming your own games and stuff. If you can put that, like, hey, launch this game on the Apple Store and blah, 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 or I made this app and blah, blah, blah. You can speak to that and you can call out specific examples, and it makes it easier for the interviewer when they're interviewing you to talk about that. Cards Against Humanity. I won't be playing that on stream because I don't like that game anymore. I really liked that game for a long time until you kind of realize, like, oh, this actually isn't really that fun. Once you play it the first once or few times, it kind of gets used to it, and it just turns into a kind of its own meme. And then everyone's just saying, hey, isn't this ridiculous and offensive and horrible? And then it gets old. So use your words, and like, because you have to kind of make your own stuff up. Although then it'll just end up becoming like your mom, and everyone will go, another your mom joke. That was real funny, guys. That was real funny. So you just got to stop that by branding those people as outcasts and sending them to live on the wastes forever. Or just not voting for those answers. Either of those are probably acceptable. I mean, the waste is a more permanent thing. People rarely come back from that. If they do, they're super mutants, and that's a different problem. So I'm gonna try and close it off, but April's gonna be a fun month. I'm gonna try and do some cool stuff. We're gonna do Overwatch, we're gonna do Doom, try and do Jackbox. And then we're going to intersperse something else. If I finish Doom, it'll probably be super hot. But if there's anything that you think you'd like to see, if there's anything you'd like to actually do in kind of, bearing in mind, again, I don't have a PC capable of playing PC games. So if you say, hey, can I join your Overwatch game? I have this as my BattleNet tag. I was going to say, ha, I'm on Xbox. Sorry. So I generally can't join it. So not Steam games and stuff like that, no. Although I may be playing some indie games. I might try and do like an indie game night once a month, where I break out some Twine games or things like that from local developers or people I know. But again, I'm open to suggestions. Really, really want to try and get the fundraising going well. So if you can, at any point, if you're really enjoying the content, please go to the page on, if you go to my Twitch page, twitch.tv/LeftStickRight, you go down the cause, you'll see the link to Extra Life TO. Any donations are a big help. But other than that, following is great. Having followers is really super helpful. Help build the audience on here and helps get more eyeballs to help Extra Life, which is the goal. And check out YouTube, yt.leftstickright.com. You can see all the replays of what we've done so Sniper Elite. You can get caught up for this Wednesday. So Wednesday night, every Wednesday I try and do from 6:30 till 8. This is Eastern Standard Time. And then from 10 till midnight. I missed last week because actually I was attending an Extra Life meeting, so I couldn't do my streaming last week. This week we'll be packing up. So I'm going to be packing this up now. Thank you so much, everybody who tuned in this evening. I'm bumping stuff because I'm hitting the table that I'm sitting next to. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you for tuning in all month. It's been real fun. I'm really enjoying it. And my biggest accomplishment I have to say from this month is getting my friend Ian to sign up for Twitch, and he's gone down that horrible Twitch rabbit hole now, so it's going to be a lot of fun to watch more of that. So thanks very much, everybody, and have a great evening. And if you're seeing this on Catch Up, thank you so much, and please like or subscribe or both. Like and subscribe. The thing that everyone says on YouTube, I'm saying it too. I understand why they say it, because John YouTube stands behind me in the room with a gun, and if I don't say it, he will shoot me. Please don't shoot me, John YouTube. Good night, everyone.